Hi, it's me again. Thought I'd do the next video about my self-care box. This is it. It's magical. So my little people have decorated it, as you can tell. See? Stickers everywhere. They love monsters and dinosaurs and unicorns and skulls. They like cats. Don't know if you can see the cat. Yeah, they like goofy things like putting bow ties on dinosaurs and sunglasses on monsters and fun stuff. So I let them decorate it. Now let's have a see inside. Woo. Here we are. So I have a stress ball, and the reason why I have this is because I used to have a lot of anxiety, and when I felt angry as well, I would clench it and oh, it's got a mark on it. I would clench it and then I would imagine all of that anger going through my body into the ball, and then when I let go, I would be letting go of all those anger feelings, and that really helped one of my parts cope. She was 15, so this was in there for her. I'm sorry it's so close up, but I don't have anywhere else to put my camera, so hopefully it's not going to be too distracting. And then I have a few face masks in here. I tend to get excited when I find one that doesn't have something I'm allergic to in it, so that's why I've got a few, because whenever I find them I just buy them, because it's so hard to find one with a specific ingredient that I'm allergic to not in it. Then I have this flower, which is a memento. I made these for a wedding in my family, and they live abroad, so it's a memento of them. When I miss them, I can just hold it and remember them good memories. I have these, which are called self-care cards, and I have covered them in pretty papers, lots of different designs, decorated them. And on the other side I have different topics for things I can do. Oh, that's upside down. What have I done? Oh yeah, there we go. I have topics of things I can just pick from one when I'm feeling bad, and it will give me a prompt. Because you know, when you feel rubbish, you don't always want to think about stuff. You just want to be able to get on and do something to make you feel better. So I've got journaling spots, which for me are like topics to do in my journal, so I'll pick one that suits my mood. I've got what to do when I feel angry. I've got quotes. So this one says, flowers are both fragile and beautiful, but most people only see their beauty. Write something that makes you feel beautiful. Buy yourself or pick some flowers and take a walk and smell different flowers. That's really just helping you to be in the moment, and remember that even though you feel broken, most people only see the lovely parts about you and the things that they love about you. Some more thinking spots. This is about gratitude and appreciating your family. What else? Looking for something that helps you connect with how you're feeling. Here's a breathing technique. Telling yourself to pamper yourself. Ooh, another topic that's disappeared. Talking about feelings that you're afraid of in your journal. This one is a journaling topic called Thought Drop, where you just basically write down everything you're thinking. I'm trying to pick a few. This one's a bit about finding out your own identity. So I used to do this with my littles. So when I was getting to know them, I would ask them to design their own outfit or a piece of clothing, or a piece of jewellery. One of my parts really likes to design shoes. I hate shoes, but she loves them, so I let her sew skulls on my shoes. So that's about finding out a bit about who you are, or who a part of you is. Some more journaling topics. This one's about talking to your inner critic inside, and trying to see how see their point of view, see where they're coming from, so how their words might be helpful in their mind, and telling them how to talk to you that in a different way that's more helpful to all of you, so that they don't become a hindrance. This one's about finding a quote. This one is about updating your self-care box with new things. So when I started, I probably only had about a third of these. And now I've got quite a few. This one's about what to do when you've got too much anxiety to focus on anything. Being who you need to be when... Being who you needed when you were small. So if you needed a relationship with your mum and you need a little bit of mummy time, you can be the mum to your smaller parts, for example. This one's about colouring, because my little ones love colouring books. This one's about writing down things you think about yourself and responding to your own thoughts. This is about what to do when you want to self-harm and you've got to stay safe. This one's about treating yourself and enjoying life a bit. This one's about maintaining relationships. There's a grounding technique. More journaling topics, lots more journaling topics. This one's a journaling topic, but I'll read it to you because it's about being present at the same time. So it says, fill a glass half full with water and hold it. Notice how it feels heavier the longer you hold it. When you can't hold it any longer, stop. Write down any thoughts, feelings or worries that have become too heavy in your heart to carry any longer. And I thought that was such a powerful piece of imagery that you could physically do as a physical reminder of how you feel inside and your emotions. So that was a good one. Oh, and we're back to feeling angry now. So I've gone through them all. So I haven't gone through every single one with you, but I've given you a flavour, and you can put on here whatever you like, and you can decorate them in the colours that you like. I was just using up some scrap papers, so yeah. Okay, then I have this, which is my little book of true things that I tell myself. So to be honest, this one's mostly related to my faith, so I'll show it to you, but it might not be relevant to you. But I suppose you could say things to yourself that you believe are true, like you're beautiful. So for me, I believe that I'm made in God's image, so I have that in there. He brings my chaos back into order. He's my hope. More precious than rubies. So yeah, and I have ones that I've started that I haven't finished. I've got some Bible quotes in here, and I think that's all I've done. This is quite new for me. So I have my favourite movie. This is quite sentimental to me because I used to watch it as a child with my dad, and he's passed away now. So my husband actually found it for me on DVD because I couldn't play the video anymore, so it's sentimental for both those reasons. I have these two rocks. This one has hope written on it, and it was given to me by a friend when I was at university and I was in a really bad place. I was quite poorly and I was in quite a dangerous situation and I needed to get away, and this was just a little reminder that I used to carry with me to remember that I just had to get through the day and stay safe, and I've kept that as a sentimental. This is a rock that's sentimental to one of my parts. I'm not really sure why. I think she likes the colour and the texture of it, but she always feels calm when she has it, so I put it in the box. I'm not going to show you what's underneath this because it might give away something personal information, so I will just tell you what's underneath it. So this is a notebook, and I haven't filled this one up. It's a new one, but this is basically to write in any of the journaling topics when I've filled up my other journal. This is like my emergency one, and I drew this picture and stuck it on and whatever. And then underneath that is a book of remembrance about my dad, and it talks about when he died and his name and all that kind of stuff, and it's written in beautiful calligraphy, and then I can put pictures of him in there and make notes about memories of him and things. And then I have my 2 favourite candles ever. They smell so good. This one is literally like cupcakes, so all my littles love this because, oh man, it just smells like cupcakes. So yeah, it makes me hungry though. And this is my favourite one. It's called Black Cherry, and these candles remind me of my best friend Elisa, who passed away, and I miss her a lot, but she loved Yankee candles, and we used to always talk about which ones we were ordering next, so I put these in here to remind me, and also burn these. I don't just hoard them because I like the smells, but I like to keep a couple in my box. I have more stashed around. So this is my self-care box. It's not really fancy, there's not a whole bunch of stuff in there, just a few sentimental things and some prompts when I'm feeling sad, but it works for me, and I encourage everybody to make themselves a self-care box, especially if you're struggling with any kind of mental illness, because these aren't going to fit now, are they, because I'm on camera. Yeah, especially if you're struggling with mental illness, because it's tough. You know, we have a lot of healing to do, and we've got a lot of stuff to manage in our life without adding to it recovery. So yeah, make yourself a box. And I've also made them for other people. So I made one for my friend, and I hand painted it and gave it to her as a birthday gift. I made one for my sister-in-law, and I put silly things in hers. So I put things like a bright rainbow tiara and a little note that says, when you wear this, you're a princess and you deserve to be treated like one. And just little things to like cheer her up and remind her who she is and where she's come from now she's living away from home. Maybe when I go visit her, I might do a video on her self-care box if she feels comfortable with that. But so you can see what one for someone else would be like. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say really. And if anybody wants to know what's on my cards, or they want some journaling ideas, just shout me on 7 Cups of Tea, find me in the feed, and tag me, or in the trauma sub community, and yeah, I will share. Bye.